Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this video, we're 1 week from our first drift day in the new 350, and we got some stuff to prep up. So let's get to it. So as you guys saw in the last video, we got the Fortunato coilovers on, and I did get the stance kind of dialed in, so it's looking great. We don't scrape. I can actually make it in and out of my driveway, which is awesome. We don't hit our fenders or anything like that, and yeah, she's looking pretty good. So what we got to do now is I have a short list of stuff that we need to finish up before drift week. So well, drift weekend, the first drift event. So let me go ahead and let's go over what we're going to do real quick in this video. Oh, okay. So first off today, I have the fire extinguisher that used to be in the 300. We have to find a place to mount that in here somewhere. I installed an aftermarket steering wheel, which I don't think I did a video on because there's tons of videos out there, but my airbag light is going off and my horn doesn't work. So we got to fix those up today. We're also going to try to remove the passenger side airbag that's in the dashboard because if I happen to hit something, I don't want the airbag to go off. I think the only other spot there's airbags in this car is in the seats, and I don't really care too much about them because they're going to get replaced. So if they blow out, it just gives me an excuse to get seats earlier. I want to change my shifter. I have this weird round knob on there right now. I have a nice Tomy one. We're going to, well, it's not nice, but I have a Tomy one we're going to put on there. See, tow hooks. I have tow hook straps for the front and the back. We got to go ahead and put those on in case we hit anything. We need to get towed off. I want it to be nice and easy for the guys there so we're not holding everybody up. The other thing that I'm going to look at, so those are the main things that we need to get done for drift week, our drift day. That's going to get us all prepped up. The car will be ready to go. Other mods I'm looking at trying to do is, my main one is tire coolers. So I kind of got this idea from Taylor Ray, and since we don't have our rear wiper anymore, basically what I want to do is I want to take that sprayer and I want to reroute it so it points on both of my tires. That way we can hit the rear wiper and spray water on the rear tires to kind of cool them down when we're on track. So we might work on that if we have enough time, but for right now I think the first thing we're going to work on is the fire extinguisher. So I'm going to get that. We're going to see, it used to mount in front of my seat, but I don't think I want to do that, or I might do it in front of the passenger seat. But we're going to go ahead and find a spot to mount that and see if we can make the bracket that I already have work, and we'll get to it. So I tried a bunch of different spots, including what I was actually about to do was put it about right here and just have it kind of chilling in the middle of the seats there. But what I found out is surprisingly, the bolts on the front of this seat are actually pretty close to the same. So I think we can actually mount it in the same spot and it's going to be fine. We're probably just going to have to rebend these brackets a little bit like we did before. So first thing I'm going to do is, obviously you can see it's a little bit wider, but these are adjustable. So I'm going to go ahead and get these bolts loosened up, get this thing figured out here, and then just we're probably going to have to flip this over or something, I don't know. But basically we want to get it delayed. Now my seat's pushed back really far. The seat actually comes up to here, so the fire extinguisher's got to be like up here somewhere. But yeah, it should work out pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that set up, and you know, we'll see if that works out. I feel like we had the same problem with the other one, but this washer that's on here is just a little bit too big, so I'm gonna go ahead and just shave the two sides off of this. Be right back. Yep, we'll have to see where the seat is. If it's in front of this, then we can probably flip it over, flip the bottle over so you can see the gauge, but it doesn't really matter as long as I know that it's full and it comes out easy. Who really cares? I could also, let's see, I could probably move the bottle down more. Can I do that? Let me see where the seat fits first, and then maybe we'll move it down a little more. check it out and see where my seat's supposed to sit. Yep, so my seat's right about there. Let's see how far forward can we go. Oh, we can still go way forward. Yeah. Yeah, we can still go way forward. Actually, the whole seat fits over it. Well, my seat goes, I think right there. Yeah. So let's see where that is in relationship here. Yeah, it's kind of on top of it, but it's okay. Like I said, gauge doesn't really matter as long as we can get it out of there. So, this knob is going to be in the way of getting it out, but I mean, that's a simple, you know, you drop the seat back and then you can pull it out pretty easy. So that shouldn't be a big deal. I think I'm happy with just the way it is. Maybe we'll look in the future mounting it somewhere else, but I think for right now, I think that's good to go. All right, so the next thing we're gonna work on real quick is changing the shift knob on my car. I'll show you what I got. What I've been dealing with forever. Let's see if we can get this thing changed. So this is what's on here now, this weird ball. And I don't really dig it. I also don't really know how it comes off, so I broke my passenger door. It doesn't open from the inside, so we're stuck in here now. But anyway, we're gonna get rid of this guy. I don't like it. I have this, was in the glove box when I bought this car. It's a Tommy standard. So we're gonna go ahead and get this changed out. I don't know how this shift knob comes off of here. Hopefully it comes off easy. That was almost too easy. I was expecting there to be some kind of lock nut or something, but I guess that's what this extra plastic piece was for. This is the VMS, whatever this VMS Racing was. I guess this was their shift knob. We're gonna try to get rid of this sticker too. Let's see if it'll peel off right now. Yep, goodbye. All right, let's jump over and give it a feel. Oh, yeah, much better. You know how it goes. Cool. Not the cleanest looking thing, but I definitely like that better than what was here before. I like this feel. It's a little bit lower, makes the shift a little shorter. Got that ugly sticker off. All right, cool. Another job down. Let's see, what are we gonna do next? I don't know, I gotta check the list. Oh, okay, so the next thing was, it's a little tricky, and actually I'm still waiting on one part to make this happen, but there's two things I wanna do with the airbags. So basically right now I put that aftermarket steering wheel on, and the airbag light is still on from that, which isn't the end of the world. But also my horn doesn't work on the steering wheel. So we're gonna go ahead and get the horn hooked up. And then the other thing I wanted to try to do was remove the airbag that's in here, because if I hit something, I don't want it to blow a hole in my dash. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that, see if we can get this out and fix that. I think we'll work on this side first and see if we can get this guy out. So let me do a little investigating and yeah, go from there. All right, so at this point we've got it unplugged. The plug is literally right here. We could just leave it like that and it's not really gonna make a difference, but if I can get it pulled out, I want to. So there's a gold bolt up here that holds the whole assembly on. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out, and then we might have to pop this top panel off, or it might be part of the airbag. We might have to take it off and remove the actual airbag part and put it back on, but that's where we're at. So you do have to take this whole piece off to get this off, but what we're gonna do now is just go ahead and unbolt this piece, take that off, put the top piece back on, good to go. All right, so as far as the horn goes, I have this horn button. I actually have a neochrome one of these two, which I think I'm going to put on here, but it's just not hooked up to anything. So when I bought the hub, it came with the adapter for the steering wheel, and I'm pretty sure that it just needs to be grounded to work. So we probably just got to do a little rewiring in here. I've been holding off on doing this because I've been waiting for the resistors to do the airbag, but it's no big deal. So let's go ahead and get the wheel off, make sure the wire is the way I think it is, and hook it up to the horn, and then we should be good to go. So this is the wire that came out of the new horn, and I think doesn't seem to be working. I thought that if we touched this wire to ground, it was the horn, but maybe not, because it doesn't seem to want to work. Unless the key has to be in for some reason, but I don't think that's the case. But let's give it a shot anyway, just to make sure. Where is my keys? Yeah, so either we don't have a ground, or something's not right. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can figure that out. And yeah, I don't know, I'll probably have to take this hub off, and we'll have to take a look in there and see what's going on with this plug and whatnot, and maybe get the old plug. So let me go ahead and get some of that together, and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, so as you can see, I got it all torn apart, and what I actually come to find out is that when I put my old steering wheel on, I broke my clock spring, which is the piece that allows the connections for your horn and your cruise control and stuff like that to pass through even when your steering wheel is turning. What they're counting on is that you're only going to turn your steering wheel 2 turns each direction. So I think I might have just turned the clock spring too far, and it just ripped this ribbon here. So but anyway, I ran to the junkyard. For anybody else that cares about this, the clock spring for a 350Z is the same as Nissan Versas from like 2007 to 2010, and also Nissan Muranos from certain years. So of course there was no 350s at the junkyard because they're very hard to come by, but there was a ton of Nissan Versas. So I snagged this one out of there. This one should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this stuff put back in, and we'll see if the horn works now. Because theoretically it should. Now if I got this right, I believe this is all we need. Bingo. So now all we got to do is finish putting all this stuff back together. Then we can finally get the horn working again. All right, so continuing with our drift day prep, this is actually unloading, but I'm gonna go ahead and go over everything that I took with me to the drift event, and just to give you guys an idea of what I take. And obviously I have to be able to fit it in my truck. It's about it. So obviously first, wheels and tires. I took 2 extra sets of rims. Those tires were actually ones I demounted, so I took 4 extra wheels with tires on them with me when I went, and then obviously the set on the car was good. I ended up, actually, the Kenda tires are amazing. I ended up only going through about two sets of tires. So yeah, and then second, tent. I have this 10x10 pop-up tent. We actually have 2 of them, so, but I only ever take 1. If there was gonna be more people there, I'd take 2. So yeah, obviously very important, all that stuff. Shade, keep yourself tired. Then obviously jack. I took the jack with me. I took jack stands with me. I actually took 2 sets of jack stands, just because this was the first event with the 350 and I wasn't sure if something catastrophic was going to break. My biggest fear is paying to go to the track and then having something break that you can't fix, obviously. And even worse than that is having something break that you could have fixed if you had brought the right stuff. So I try to bring everything that I can, that I could fix anything that's reasonable, that I could get my car back up and running in a day. So, or, you know, within the day. So we got jack stands. I took my ramps, so I have 4 of these ramps, which I think you guys may or may not have seen yet. But basically I just use those to drive the 300 on because it's low and it just makes it easier with the jack. I got some bigger 2x4s and some bigger blocks of wood in case we got to lift anything and blah, blah, blah. And then these 2 containers. So these 2 containers are not car specific. And I just kind of take them with me every time I go. I'll probably actually narrow these down a little bit, but one of them, let's see. Yeah, so number 1 just has Sawzall, some random hoses, jumper cables, extension cords, torch, hammers, basic stuff that's not really like mechanic tools that we may need in case we, you know, smash a body panel and need to break something out, blow a hose or something, you know, smash something and need to cut something out real quick, hammer something out, whatever. So this is just basic stuff that doesn't really fall into another mechanical category. So I take that with me. And then the other bin, gotta make room here, hold on. So the other bin basically just has fluids in it. So these are all the random fluids we may need. So there's extra oil in here. You know, there's some MT9, you know, transmission fluid, diff fluid, cleaners, blasters, looseners, car cleaning stuff, power steering fluid, brake fluid, basically any fluid that can go in your car that we might need is in this container here. And like I said, those are just general containers. I leave them outside and I just kind of throw them in the truck when we're ready to go. All right, other stuff I took with me. These are my real tools. So I have a toolbox here that has just about every tool in it that I could need: 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4 inch, sockets, everything like that. Torque wrench, and then that one has other wrenches in it and like pliers and vice grips and stuff like that. And then this is my electrical tool bag. So this one also has pliers and screwdrivers and cutters and stuff like that in it. And those are just 3 bundles that I basically take with me there for tool wise. And then I got my big light down there and the 2 smaller jack stands, which is what I normally use. And then the helmets. And that's about it for car prep stuff. And then, I mean, obviously I take, you know, waters, Gatorades, snacks, whatever else I think I'm gonna eat, or, you know, anything like that. So, but yeah, that's basically my drift day prep. So obviously I think I did some updates in the middle here, but, you know, we had a real rough time these past couple days before the drift event, but the drift event was amazing, as you guys saw in the video before. Hopefully I get some good footage for you to throw into that video. And yeah, I mean, this is basically what I take on everything. This is what I do before I go to a drift event. And, you know, knock on plastic, the new wood, but I haven't really had anything catastrophic happen. So, you know, I just kind of try to be prepared for anything. You know, the harder I push my car, you know, the more prepared I want to be, just to make sure, again, that if we do break something or damage something that's fixable to get me back out on the track, that I can do it, because my time is valuable. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, this video, I don't know exactly what's in this video. I have no idea. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That's basically how I prepare for a drift event. And you know, if you like the channel and you want to see more content with the 350Z, I'm hoping to get out to quite a few events this season. And, you know, hopefully we can get to doing some of those nasty, like, 3rd gear entries and stuff. I'm way more confident in this car. This car is awesome. I got a little bit more stuff to dial in on it to it, but we had a blast at the drift event. And the car is just so nice to drift. And, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to push it harder this season. So if you like the channel, like, share, comment, subscribe. And of course, if you have any questions, hit me up in the chat or message me. And, you know, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.